Well, I think for all the success Jeff and Tricia both had personally, they both have turned that into powerful things for other people.
Together as a team, they approach things in a very persistent and positive way.
You know, instead of spending all their time, on themselves, they devote their lives to the community.
It's very rare, I think, that you see someone that's willing to not only donate their dollars, but also donate their time and donate themselves.
I think everybody should know that they're really great people. They're very humble. They're very mission-driven.
You see somebody in the context of a Microsoft or the Gates Foundation or the Raikes Foundation, you think of all this high sophistication in business attitudes. But Jeff and Tricia at their heart are heartland people. And they come from that naturally. It speaks from them naturally. And when you spend time with them, you just know they are what you would think of as salt of the earth people.
The Raikes Foundation focuses on empowering young people to transform their lives. So all of our work is really focused on making a difference in the systems that serve young people. Jeff and Tricia have 3 children of their own, and I think that their experience of parenting, particularly in the early adolescent or middle school years, really shaped their sense of what young people need and how important that support is. I feel really proud of the work we've done together to date, but I'm even more excited about what we're going to be able to accomplish for kids in the future.
Tricia and Jeff, both personally, with their family and with their friends, have always been willing to give part of their biggest treasure, which is time. There are times when we've sat down and talked about whether or not our children would be the volunteers that we thought we could be, or our parents set up for us. And I think it's very encouraging to see, partly through some of the work that Tricia and Jeff have done in setting examples of volunteerism, that this even next generation of kids will be extraordinary volunteers.
Jeff and Tricia have really been leaders in bringing people together around the issue of youth homelessness. Early on, they decided that young people who've experienced homelessness themselves should be a part of the solution. And they have created many platforms for young people to speak up and tell their own stories.
So I got to testify with Tricia Raikes on the Homeless Youth Act at the Capitol, and she talked a lot about being a mother and how when you're working with homeless youth, you have to look at those as your own children. You wouldn't treat your children like this, or you wouldn't want your children to be on the streets, or you wouldn't want your children to not have the resources that they need. About a year ago, myself and 2 other youth were invited to the Raikes Foundation's home, well, the Raikes family's home in Alderbrook, and it was really a time just to get to know them on a different level.
Jeff and Tricia led the United Way campaign in 06, 07. They ran a campaign that was at the time the most successful campaign United Way had ever had. At the end of that campaign, they approached me to be their successor as campaign chair. And they were terrific in helping me work my way through that process, identifying opportunities, ideas, describing the roles that they played, and in doing so, a role model for me on how to run a campaign.
We kind of got together in a meeting and sat down, and we kind of came up with this idea for the United Way Softball Classic. And again, it was just, all their energy, their financial resources that helped to kick it off. Jeff even got out and swung the bat a little bit, which was pretty fun. Played in the field a couple of times.
The first year, he was more like the team captain than you were.
Yeah.
Just making sure everyone was where they needed to be, and kind of getting everybody amped up to be out there. And he was sort of running around. I think he was sweating more doing all of that than when he actually got out there to play.
In the case of my world, both Jeff and Tricia have put in countless hours helping to build the College Success Foundation. They've been part of an effort that has resulted in more than 6,000 low-income kids earning BA degrees here in the state of Washington.
After I graduated, I contacted Barry from the College Success Foundation, and I told him that I was so excited about graduating and so thankful to my donors that I wanted to personally meet them and let them know that I had graduated and thank them for all of their support, because I couldn't believe that despite everything and all the challenges that I faced, being undocumented and homeless, I was able to make it through the pipeline. I did not become a statistic of someone who doesn't even graduate high school or becomes pregnant or never gets her GED. I became a professional, and thanks to all of their support from Jeff and Tricia and the College Success Foundation, now I'm a professional and I help immigrants get status through the Northwest Immigrants' Rights Project.
So the mission of YMCA is to ensure that all young people reach their fullest potential. We do that through a range of programs that meet their needs, both for their community and their family, and help them to become their best selves. So because of their support and because of the work that they've done, things have changed for kids. Our kindergartners are leaders, our third graders make choices every day, our sixth graders get a chance to be part of planning. We've changed our camp environment, and we've not only increased the impact of our work, we've actually increased the number of young people that access our programs. So our programs have grown because they're higher quality and kids and families want to be a part of them.
What we did and what others have done at Microsoft will be remembered for Microsoft. But what Jeff and Tricia and others are doing in the community will be remembered much longer and with much greater impact. And it's something that we should really treasure in terms of their gift to the community.